Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we have some big news to talk about. The US Securities Exchange Commission has just recently approved this week the options trading for BlackRock's iShares Bitcoin Trust, which is the IBIT. Now this is a huge milestone and it marks another major step forward for Bitcoin's integration into the mainstream financial markets. Now we'll cover what this means precisely for Bitcoin holders and why this could have a long-lasting impact on the entire crypto market. So let's dive in. So what's the big deal? The SEC's approval of options trading for IBIT is groundbreaking actually. Now this is the first ever spot Bitcoin ETF to offer options trading, and that alone reflects the growing institutional interest in Bitcoin. The knock-on effect that I would see following this approval is massive actually. It opens the door to a multi-billion-dollar marketplace for Bitcoin options, potentially dwarfing the existing IBIT spot Bitcoin ETF market, which is currently valued at about 30 billion US dollars ever since its launch in January 2024 this year. Bitcoin options provide a more flexibility for investors to hedge, speculate and even manage risk, attracting a broader range of institutional investors. As more sophisticated financial instruments enter the space, we could see the Bitcoin options market grow exponentially, possibly outstripping spot ETFs in terms of both volume and market impact. Now, another significant impact that I can see of this Bitcoin options market expansion ties back to the Bitcoin's inherently constrained supply. With only 21 million Bitcoin ever to be in circulation over the next 100 years, or even sooner than that, to be honest, the introduction of these options could fuel even greater demand for Bitcoin as an asset. As institutional investors flood into this emerging market, the fixed supply of Bitcoin, combined with growing demand from options traders, could actually drive prices higher. The scarcity of Bitcoin, coupled with increased financial products like options, could actually create a much more powerful upward pressure on its value over time. So it just comes to show how Bitcoin is actually maturing as a financial asset in the US market, but not losing sight of the ripple effect this would have on the wider global markets also. So what are Bitcoin options really? Let's break this down simply. Bitcoin options are a way for investors to buy or sell shares of BlackRock's IBIT at a set price on or before a certain date. It's a form of financial contract, if you like to think of it in those terms, that actually gives you flexibility. You don't have to actually own Bitcoin in order to participate. Now, there are two types of options. There are calls and puts. A call option is like betting that Bitcoin's price will actually rise in value. For example, let's say you think Bitcoin is going to go up. You can buy a call option that locks in today's price. So even if Bitcoin's price shoots up, you can buy IBIT shares at a lower price and profit. Imagine buying a call option for, let's say, $100 that lets you buy IBIT at 30,000 US dollars. If Bitcoin goes to $40,000, you've just made a solid profit by purchasing at a lower rate. Put options, on the flip side, if you think Bitcoin's price will fall, you'd buy a put option. It's like a bet that you're going to be capitalizing on the drop in price. This lets you sell IBIT shares at a higher price even if Bitcoin were to drop in value. So let's say if you buy a put option to sell at $30,000 but Bitcoin suddenly falls down to $25,000, you're safe because you can still sell at a higher price, in this case $30,000. It's like a way to protect yourself from losing money. That's what really put options are, really. Now, one of the most important impacts here is liquidity. This is key. Bloomberg analysts believe that this approval will attract even more liquidity into the Bitcoin markets. More liquidity means more participation from institutional investors, which can lead to more capital flowing into Bitcoin. This could potentially drive Bitcoin's price even higher and help stabilize the market further. But hold on, this approval is just the first step. Both the OCC and the CFTC in the US also need to approve before options trading on IBIT can officially start. This shows that while Bitcoin is gaining broader acceptance, the process is still ongoing, but nevertheless it's still a very good sign of progress though. To keep things fair and transparent, the Nasdaq ICE will be implementing strict surveillance procedures to prevent market manipulation. They've set conservative limits on how much you can actually hold and they'll use monitoring systems to ensure everything runs smoothly. This is crucial, in fact, as the Bitcoin market grows and more complex financial products eventually get introduced into the financial markets. So what does this mean for Bitcoin holders such as yourself and me? With greater institutional access to Bitcoin options, we can see increased price stability. This will make Bitcoin more attractive to big investors and could lead to long-term benefits for retail investors like you and I. Think price appreciation and a more liquid market. Now, IBIT itself has been growing steadily and remains the largest spot Bitcoin ETF in the world, managing over $23 billion in assets. Its strong inflows and demand show that Bitcoin is increasingly seen as a serious asset class for institutional investors. This mainstream adoption is just the beginning. Now, looking forward, this approval could open the doors for even more sophisticated Bitcoin trading instruments and across a variety of Bitcoin spot ETFs, not just limited to BlackRock IBIT alone. This in turn could pave the way for further regulatory approvals and ultimately normalize Bitcoin's role in the traditional financial market. So in closing, the SEC's approval of Bitcoin options is yet another accolade in Bitcoin's journey towards mainstream adoption. From the original spot Bitcoin ETFs, political endorsements, bank offering Bitcoin services, and even pension funds, whether it's public or private, are actually getting involved. Bitcoin is becoming a key player in the financial world. This approval not only signals the growing acceptance of Bitcoin, but also opens up new avenues for decentralized finance and blockchain technologies to thrive. Now, if you found this video helpful and want to stay informed about what is the latest news, trends and educational content, whether it's in Bitcoin or in blockchain and even real-world assets tokenization initiatives, please make sure to hit the like button on this video and do not forget to subscribe to this channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.